Call a fake though, and they pulled the rotations. No follow through.
RB making noise. That ping coming down is going to be a double push now out of the garage. Wrapping around, and obviously the turret deactivated, given the positioning of Ivy, and now they get the jump, and RB gets the bad news. Minny to find the first kill of the map. As all of NONGSHIM going to be scrambling to try to get back into position. Tripwire catching one, marteen holding close, looking to catch them off guard on this swing, and will be able to get a kill for himself. bipo as well joining in from the garage doors, looking for a little bit more, but Francis will be able to collect a second. So into a 3v3. NONGSHIM players low on health.
Look at starxo.
Swinging around the back, and this will be Ivy absolutely dead to rights right before he maybe would have had a chance to contend against Minny. Push the garage, clip gonna be good for both. In towards B. 3 players on the opposite side of that as Ivy under some pressure, but Dambi able to hold his own for one, but marteen quickly shuts him down. B site now gonna be open, the plant going in, marteen getting the dimensional drift off the back of this. So even though it's into a 4v4, this is still very good odds for Mates as they look to convert the opponents, and immediately that ult gets invested.
Look at starxo again.
Swing around the corner. GLYPH, however, going to be overwhelmed. Ivy collecting that kill, tries to turn back to find the enemy aura, but marteen continues to excel. 6-1-1, 7-1-1. Can he get some more in the round? RP just stuck here within the smoke is going to be good for the one. Retaps it, marteen snaps on, looks for the ace. RP will deny.
See if they can hold this.
Swing now. Dambi able to find the first, looks for a little bit more, but marteen again cuts him down. RB is there for that second layer, but starxo is able to find Francis. Xross on the walk forward, catching GLYPH there at A lobby, and RB 5 forces of Mates. Get ready to collide in against Ivy, but he's just gonna go on a timing spray through that cyber cage, finding Minny. Dimensional drift again here from marteen, by the way. He's dancing around, I'm trying to guide this Hunter's Fury, and eventually it's gonna be GLYPH able to collect the kill there onto Ivy as the KJ gets taken down, so 4v4. Spike still being brought forward, not yet planted. Dambi trying to hold them back, and Francis finding a shot. starxo now eliminated as the Cosmic Divide gets called in, but already 2 players are in front of this. Smoke now falling. Dambi finding the one. Pops that overdrive, slides in. And mind you, that's a 3 ult investment from Gentle Mates.
True.
So ends up being a massive victory for NONGSHIM. Round count aside. Now their own decent little bit of ult economy going, and GLYPH is going to be caught. Xross from all the way across the map, intercepting the enemy Astra.
Great setup.
Once again, though, NONGSHIM gonna have to go for the retake play. Minny will reposition. Francis at the same time, the dimensional drift is in, spotting out the 2 players at garage, calling that for RB, but Dambi's now gonna be taken down. bipo finding him at backside, finds another. The exit's there, Francis good for 1. But now the neural depth invested here in their face, looking for the shot.
He's got a crossfire with RB set up. See if they can do some damage here.
Cage popped, gets himself flush against the wall as they go fishing into the corner. Spots him out and has him lined up. Fantastic position for Xross, and he gets a 3rd! Crosshair just perfectly placed to clean up GLYPH. And what a lurk. Perhaps a bit of luck in the mix as well. starxo now. Last one standing, Ivy. Not quite peeking out from that deep flank. This round surely is going to be NONGSHIM's, and there you go.
In that best of 5 against RRQ for NONGSHIM, where Xross was just going absolutely crazy. The best performance we had seen from him to date. One of the new members here on the NONGSHIM, and he is, even though it's fast, it's great on the fly thinking from NONGSHIM. Speaking of the devil.
Cutting through.
We'll find Dambi. There's his 3rd ult. Sending out another one. Sprinting his way across, spotting out the players here in mid. Gonna rewrap all the way across towards heaven. Meanwhile, Francis stunned up into the corner. Gets the shot onto bipo, but now marteen arrives there in heaven. Keeps his fellow duels protected and opens up this A site even further.
Ooh!
Won't be able to find one. Gets a little bit of damage there onto GLYPH. Follow-up shock dart finding a bit more as well. marteen gonna go for the later linger. Does have the TP to get himself into the corner. Will be spotted. And there's the exit. They know where he's jumped to. They look to try to get this defuse going. A 3v4 and Ivy taking point. Finds the first, swings in, takes out marteen, but not before he finds himself a 3rd kill. starxo pinned into the corner. The defuse, however, is just being held to completion. Enough space bought, enough covering fire from Ivy. In the corner. Judge v Shorty. The jump across, Bipo now going on the entry, immediately shut down, and Francis out like a thief in the night. Thrown up over the top, Marteen looking for the readjust. It's gonna be starxo to collect the kill, but now the relay bolt goes in. The try to hold them back! Double swing in the corner, and RB comes away with 2. Dambi with 1, and now...
It's gotten a little one-dimensional. So NONGSHIM has been able to rotate well, take space well. They've got a
Xross
great
is
read.
in such an invested position here, and he hits the transfer for all 3! Unbelievable! Minny sits him down, trades one back, but good God! Finds another, clipped by the off shot. Definitely broken.
Yep, it's
that should have capped out. Minny, look at the tuck back. Francis just forward, is able to find 1. Minny holding his own, looking for the second, gets a follow-up, but Dambi just slides across. Keeps it in with a 3v3. Mates still working on getting everybody shifted over towards this side of the map. starxo now arriving at C-Link. Double push, ready to come through that garage, but a double face from Ivy and Dambi to try to slow them up. starxo with a shock dart, able to find 1, but they get 1 apiece. And now it is just starxo, the veteran, the champion's winner, to try to clutch it out, but damn it.
Relayed over to his team that, okay, they're all over here, just go. They're just gonna go ahead and take the C site for free. Space is open. Minny doesn't want to contest it. It's a full 3-man wrap, though, through attacker side spawn.
You hear that, Bucky? Dambi continuing to chase forward.
Now you get nervous about this retake with that there.
Cam getting the reveal on the 1. Ivy will just turn back away over towards Long, trying to see if there's going to be anyone on that flank. Meanwhile, RB taking that closer position. Fast lane gets set up. He does have that judge in hand, but GLYPH is able to find 1. Francis is going to be taken down, and RB just too whiffy on that jump spot. They end up falling to the wayside as Ivy will get eliminated. Just the clone forward, cleared out. Bipo keeping that one covered. Thrown out forward, looking for the pop flash out, and Marteen collects 2!
Spike down mid.
Francis is supposed to be there to protect, but he just gets torn apart. Because now the spike is dropped right there in front of their welcome arms. Clean 1 shot there from RB, but cannot find the follow-up. Then he keeps him in such a winning position. Bandit being a bit whippy there. Bipo cannot find the kill. Ivy tries to drag it back, and now the overdrive going to be invested. An immediate slide away from Dambi. Still getting pressured out though by starxo. Pushes forward, shuts him down, barrel stuffing with the overdrive. And now they're going to go for the pivot all the way across to A.
It's Dambi again who's going to bail you out here as NONGSHIM, give you a chance, give you some hope. Ivy's going to go all the way up towards heaven. Try to see if he can catch him a bit off guard. A little unorthodox here.
Wasn't in range of the alarm bot, so does end up recalling that. So they don't have that to cover for that potential flank through A. So they can't double up the angle.
Oh, this is going to be tough. This is tough for Mates.
Dambi surely spotting out the first. Not sure if he's seen the second though. But now some noise being made. The astral form, Ivy unable to find the spray. Couple shots flying through. GLYPH whittled away, down to 37 HP. There's a right click from Dambi. Able to find 1, looks for the follow-up, doesn't make it happen. His gun barrel spotted! GLYPH! He thought he had... He's 1 charge away, but here comes the crunch. Dambi's gonna be able to find 1. TP gonna be committed to at the same time for a brief little moment. Or the cancel comes in from RB.
No second layer there for NONGSHIM that was able to back up. Not sure if they got stalled by some util.
Francis now gone. RB feeling overwhelmed, feeling outnumbered. Goes for the back pedal. Xross now going to be caught out as Marteen gets that ultimate online. Don't think he'll need it in this one though. Clear the tripwire. It's just RB and Ivy. They're trying to see if they can make a go of this somehow, some way. 2v4, this is a hell of a lot to ask, especially as the dimensional drift will be able to locate both these players, you would suspect. Tuck back through, there's the exit, but cannot get that shorty out fast enough. GLYPH quick on the trade, and RB completely fall for it. They will have the dimensional drift to scout for them. Tripwire going to be spotted. Glimpse there on to Minny. Rotate all the way around, up in towards heaven. On the exit, only going to be seeing the clone. Push forward, GLYPH looking to try to flush out Xross, but be able to find that kill. Players now from Mates getting into position here as fast as they possibly can, but Minny just slides across, finds a headshot. Dambi out for even more blood. Marteen now gone, bipo dropping in.
A little bit weaker here for Mates. Minny just on a Sheriff. Guardian works.
Wins it out.
Yeah, backup as well for Marteen. This could be a meat grinder for NONGSHIM.
Oh, this could be a very deadly indeed. It's the jiggle peek out. Bipo able to find the first. Dambi going to be taken down. RB as well gone. Marteen at second layer in from behind.
Spike down A.
Picking them apart. Is in reply to a flawless. They're looking to find a flawless of their own. And he can just rotate in, grab himself a rifle.
30 seconds left.
A nice little cheeky upgrade for free. As Francis should be dead on the swing. Well, does manage to find the one. It's going to take a hell of a lot more than that. People looking for maybe a bit more aggression. Requires still going to be standing. Push forward comes in. Pop of the clone, and Dambi's just going to go running at him. The judge in hand, but he's very much overwhelmed. 3 players waiting from the opposite side of that smoke. Xross with the Hunter's Fury, able to find one. People now going to be taken down. Francis getting himself flushed against the wall, staring in towards that A connector. It's just starxo on that approach.
You should run.
Has a Hunter's Fury, but there's just no real way to try to invest it from here. Tries to play his way forward, gets tagged up, and now has to back off. Avoid getting detained. Same for GLYPH. And this buys an immense amount of time for NONGSHIM in the post plant. GLYPH, however, able to find one. The enemy Yoru going to be taken down. Shock dart not quite tagging up Ivy enough. A consideration on that ult. But
Dambi has the overdrive.
have a bit of that wombo combo action that can come through with that dimensional drift, and Marteen will go ahead and invest it, but might not need the follow-up. As yet more kills going to be found. RB trying to keep his way forward onto the site. Caught by starxo. Ivy does manage to punch through as Marteen arriving around the back, keeping Xross's attention tied. Doesn't fall for the clone. Spots that jiggle peek out. Ivy wants to try to commit in toward the plant, but here comes the arrival of the players, and he's only going to be able to find bipo.
Spike down.
Xross now needing to pull up. They are all in position. Just starxo still a ways away, but has that Hunter's Fury to try to go ahead and peel off some of that pressure. Opens up with it. Finds RB. The spike now dropped onto the floor. GLYPH able to find 2! As they just align, he gets the collat. Francis and Dambi both going to be struck down. Ivy, however, on that flank, comes away with 2 kills. Xross able to find 1! Oh! That's Ivy! A 1v1. He's got the judge at range. Needs another weapon. Does starxo. As he rewraps it right now, Ivy is not buying it. Just now considering the potential pushover.
I got the spike.
Grabs the spike. The regression back through the window, the approach towards backside considered for starxo, but hasn't heard a single thing from Ivy. But he's got so much utility. The alarm bot set up the block off the one side. This is going to give him a lockdown as well.
Stop recalling my bot.
Recalls it. The swing in the corner! And Ivy!
Ideas to what we saw on Haven at the beginning. They're already pulling quite a bit.
They're already getting some good damage in. Francis taken down low. Dambi still going to be able to find a kill as Minny will fall. We get backpedal there from starxo, but the rest of the team still working their way forward into the B site. Now being heard is Ivy for the opening shot. Won't be able to have it there. bipo just repositioning. Shows his head for a brief little moment, but does manage to tuck away and keep himself alive for now. Nebula fading on this mid connector. The Prowler to lead it forward. Some post-plant setup, but now starting to get broken down. That flank going to be noted as Xross finds the kill on a starxo. Dambi just dancing around in heaven. Able to find a kill before getting traded out, just like that. NONGSHIM off guard. Flashes in. Francis with that judge going to be able to find 1. Now they know that the buy is in play, but Ivy still so far forward, ends up getting caught by it. Big advantage now into the hands of Mates. They look to tie things up 1-1 immediately. TP in, RP, hounded down and things out. But the question is, can they do anything about it? Obviously the weaponry is just not great at all for NONGSHIM. Dambi trying to get himself forward into the site so he can actually utilize this shotgun. Relay bolt going to be coming in. Dambi sliding forward, able to find 1, get some damage on that follow-up there as bipo will get his legs cut up beneath him. Marteen still here! And Dambi gets 2 with a bucky!
From NONGSHIM. Well, here we go. 1, okay.
Sure.
Already weakened him up.
Taking around A, but this is all a bit of a ruse as Ivy, left to his own devices, out in the open, gets struck down. An empty site as Marteen leads the charge with, that'll run it back. Push forward, looks for the kill on RB, but it's only gonna find a little bit of damage. But GLYPH now finding Dambi. RB getting burnt by the blaze wall.
Catch them.
Sees to go out, the molly over the top. RB scouted, Xross covering fire, able to find the one, but there is a hell of a lot more work to be done. Another smoke gonna be bloomed in, but RB ends up falling. Xross with a follow-up. Marteen now dead. The spam coming in. There's the flight from continue to scale like this, and that spike might remain stranded.
That's true.
Minny watching forward for the moment. Doesn't send out the 0 point. Turns away, and there's the timing. There's the catch. GLYPH, however, still going to be out here at spawn, but Francis has the spot, has the kill. Dambi trying to scale his way forward, but Marteen still hears some fire, but RB able to trade that one back. RB finds himself. No real clue, just what the numbers were going to be like on the opposite side. At the same time, the pace is getting ready to continue as bipo goes diving his way forward into the site. Marteen, however, going to fall on Ivy, tucked away behind the box, finds bipo. The Hunter's Fury committed to this by starxo. It ends up coming up completely. Finding his way into the corner, checking that. Now, locking on to be able to find Minny, but GLYPH will be able to trade it back. A 2v4 now. Spike widely just going to be stuck at yard, and Francis wants to try to flush him out. Gets the spot here. Ivy able to find starxo, and Francis.
Initially, they've got to start re-clearing this space. Meanwhile, Mates is just going to try to scale.
Working their way forward. Paranoia does go through. But the curveball from Marteen is perfectly placed. Peels back some of that pressure. At the same time, Xross going to be taken down. Spotted on the recon ping. starxo finds the wall bang. Francis quickly trying to scale in behind them. Angles being watched. Splits the difference between the two players and doesn't manage to find the kill. starxo now cleans up the enemy Yoru. Dambi trying to push his way forward, but has to abandon this angle. Steps up the fast lane, immediately backpedals. Ivy at the same time, still here, but now dead. Minny, great awareness, flushes out the enemy Viper. 2v4. It's still a very favorable position to re-establish the lead.
Spike planted.
Joke's over.
The double join up, pop of the ultimate, and Marteen finds value from it immediately. RB eliminated. Dambi trying to play this one out patiently. Sell him on fake info, but Dambi! Operator. Tuck all the way back through the attacker spawn, not giving him the angle into mid. But Ivy, how does he play this one out? He's been so damn good for NONGSHIM this entire time, but it is the full forces of Mates getting ready to come running at him. He's going to be spotted here into the back, tries to send out that snake bite, but already he's been flushed out, taken down. Francis storming forward. Quick scope pop there on a starxo, but now Xross gone. Francis cannot find the follow-up flick. Dambi strafing out to his demise. Marteen cleans it up, and now RB just has to tuck away and try to save this weapon. So he can drop. I mean, if he can just get in, grab the operator.
Oh yeah, you're right. Ninja defense.
Nah, okay. Maybe try to take one down with
close to a drift.
Once again, looking for this aggressive push out to try to get a catch. Spike not going to be in the hands of Minny this time around, though, and he is able to backpedal over towards the spawn. Oh, rescales, does get spotted, tagged down low. Relay bolt going to be sent down. Dambi trying to find him. Pop flash, not going to find the turn, but now blinded up by the paranoia. Things get chaotic. The RB eventually will be able to find him with that Spectre. All the while, A site's been taken. Plant about to come through. Two players nearby enough. bipo scaling into the back. Francis able to find the track on it, but not before Ivy ends up falling. But Francis is able to go ahead and get himself a second, but runs low on bullets, and eventually starxo collects the kill. GLYPH hearing that movement. Scale forward. Has Dambi outdone now into a 2v2. The swing around the back, the flank, now known. Xross, however, good for the kill to go into the 1v1.
I have this spike.
Battle of the controllers, the tap on the plant, but RB is swinging around the world. With 40 seconds, GLYPH could do the same, could even sprint over to B if he wanted, but we'll just go for a corner plant towards Halls. Tucks behind the box, is dialed in on the angle.
Oh, the timing!
Oh, no, he doesn't! Wanting to go for this aggression, the jump peek out. Francis narrowly able to win out the fight. The Hunter's Fury now going to be there in reply, but all the players barely elusive, so will not get tagged up. They get a kill, they get the ult, they get out scot-free.
Nice little jump peek to set up Francis on the wide swing. Looks like we're gonna make another go at B. Hold up close this time.
Curveball gonna go flying, turns over to the side, it's gonna be Ivy able to find more team of Francis. Good for one before getting taken down. The site broken open, and again, 2v3 here for Gentle Mates. And they work that magic once again. Divide going to be invested, cutting off that mid-connector position where two players are looking for the approach, but they're going to go facing forward, and they both lose out. Maybe expecting that the wider numbers were going to be
out. Use this wall to scale.
So around the corner, the pop flash, and here's how many guns are on the opposite side. So we'll just go ahead, back away for the time being. Molly going to be lobbed in, but Marteen still able to find one, and Francis burned to death. Another kill for him from beyond the grave. Setting up Mates.
Really nice
that pistol win that they weren't able to find at the start of this map.
Yeah, really nice ideology from the side of Gentlemates with using that Phoenix ability to kind of cut apart an attack before it can really begin, because you can use a curveball, you can use the Molly, and everybody on NONGSHIM just kind of has to take a pause. They can't follow up off of Dambi the way they want to, so I can definitely see some of the theory here and why it's working well for Gentlemates with this switch up in comps. Still though, got GLYPH.
Steep push.
Yeah, there's two players that are going to be wrapping, so this is going to be pretty tricky for NONGSHIM, it feels like.
starxo still has to be cognizant of potential mid-push coming through,
left.
but they are getting themselves aligned on the correct side of the map now.
Well, it's a 2-2 crunch, so you got to try to get ahead of the curve. You have to win this pretty well for NONGSHIM.
Yeah, they're looking for the swing in. Don't spot out onto the one player, but Ivy ends up getting taken down. RB dead, and it's just Xross with 16 HP. Dead.
And the Sheriff.
There's a bandit in hand as well, but Dambi right in on top of Marteen, able to find that kill. Tucks back, dodges the relay pull, but bipo here with his marshal to try to hold the line, finds the burst, immediately backpedals. Sends out a couple more shots, but starxo's going to be taken down as Ivy finds a follow-up shot. Headshot swinging through, but it runs out of bullets, and Minny will be able to strike him down. 2v3. Just the marshal really grabbed up here. Minny's position now known. RB there around the corner. Minny had heard the teleport. But how are you really meant to try to flush him out? Inching forward, does manage to find it. Jump peek though from Francis. Grates him with a bucky. Buck shot to the face. And now it's just on GLYPH. Been clutch for them before, but this wrapped up. And this is really what they wanted to contend for. Dimensional grip at the ready as IB intercepts through the mid-connector. Minny and Marteen both taken down.
And here's the rotations coming out of A2.
Sat back watching for it, Dambi at the same time, just gliding forward. Francis giving his life over. IB still going to be good for the one, but cannot find bipo. But now they know that there's an operator in play. Do they want to hunt for this is my question.
Oh, hell yeah, you do.
Could
somehow sneaks his way up mid.
He has a Vandal. Oh, and he's got damage on him. And Dambi is around the corner. Near impossible. Dambi leading the charge, sliding in, and hits the shot on a GLYPH.
No!
Oh, that is disgusting. The Hunter's Fury again goes wide, just cannot get a catch on these players.
That's illegal.
Too damn fast, too damn elusive. bipo sliding forward is able to find Ivy though. The pit now immediately going to be dropped. Still a player disadvantage, but clean tap finds Dambi. But Marteen snapped back. Once again into the connector, 2v3 to try to clutch it. Now the 1v3 Marteen. The weight of the world to potentially this map, this entire series on his shoulders right now in this moment. Relatively healthy, the curveball forward, looks for the kill, but Xross stem the tide here in some fashion. The slide forward immediately shut down. Blinded up, no clue what was hitting him from the flank. Fast pivots now called in from Mates. NONGSHIM, we pump the brakes here for a brief little moment. This allows for Mates to try to get themselves into position. The curveball is going to be good, connecting in, but just cannot find the kills. Takes down below, but cannot finish the job. The jump forward, the shorty in hand. Francis finds Minny. However, GLYPH suddenly exploding back with kills of his own. Two picked up on the judge, damage dealt to RB.
Oh, Ivy just missed the timing. Well, starxo seems, he might have heard footsteps.
He might just get caught, but no, narrowly misses it. Ivy can breathe a sigh of relief, but GLYPH is still on that flank. He is still encroaching on this position. Gets the pings down though. Knows that he's rotated his way further forward into the site itself. Push forward into the poison orb, finds the timing. Gorgeous from GLYPH. A 3K, potentially the 4 as a shock dart takes RB so very low. They are making this impossible for him. It's going to be coming through as starxo is hitting the dinker on RB. Takes Ivy down to a sliver as well. And RB just swings right into the spray. Cut it. Could not.
Well disguised.
swing in. Slow swing, Francis. Easy pickings there for bipo. Dambi making plenty of noise, trying to go diving forward. Hits the transfer over to Minny. Hold on a second. Will not be able to avoid that concuss, just setting up a fast lane here. Plant not in play quite just yet. I suspect a ton of this pressure now on Xross's shoulders. Dambi still has not committed to this one. Trying to get an angle, but it's going to be starxo out from yard, able to find that kill. Xross now striking. Finds the operator. Sends out a seize, needs to recover the spike, is able to do so, but it's only 18 seconds to try to play around with. He just has no idea where GLYPH is at. Towards CT, now the swing, getting ready to come through it, holes, and it's going to be... Now Minny, got an Odin in hand. People trying to challenge forward. Dambi just going to go sliding at him with that judge. Marteen will be able to catch him with a headshot, a nice one. Slow the roll here of NONGSHIM. Grab the orb though, Xross, now with the Nightfall online. Marteen has some backup. Minny there at heaven, has that Odin in play, and Marteen a clean tap. Sits down RB, the spike now going to be dropped. Plays well set up. There's the ping reveal. Marteen finds himself a third. Could very well be on for an ace, but Francis will be able to deny it away. Oh! Francis with a third of his own. And now it is just GLYPH to once again try to bail them out. Francis taking point. Double facing towards the connector. GLYPH just stays tucked away, playing it quietly. Doom of the orb, the scale forward. Watching for it, but no. GLYPH winning out that fight. Francis now dead. Either try to be the difference maker to get NONGSHIM back into the lead. Or can GLYPH deliver another massive clutch? He's just going to be disrespecting this fight. Just strafes across it, but Ivy now aware of this. Knows that he's got some damage on him. It can all come down to one headshot. Could stir things up. Dimensional drift from Francis. Leads the charge, and immediately you've got two players leaning in from mid towards this B site. The push forward into the scout. Should have seen Marteen there. It'll just be the quick exit. Marteen trying to find the punish, but it's going to be RB covering. Snaps him back from the ultimate, and GLYPH now gone. Molly in hand, the Prowler to check. Doesn't get the catch there on the bipo. As Ivy just tries to hold forward. Solo with the shorty in hand. Swings in, shuts down one. Technically resible there for Minny. If they can find the space, but there you go. starxo brings him back from the grave. The swing out, the judge! Massacre! He's got a judge, and he still has an overdrive behind this. The drone over the top. Ivy going to be spotted. Quickly has to backpedal, but will get caught. Critical mistake here from NONGSHIM's Viper. The flood retake is looking very possible. Do they just fight their way out? No, they will just go for a backside plant. Pass lane set up. Xross taking that contact. Cross towards yard. His relay book gets dodged. A curveball in. Dambi blinded up. Francis, however, able to find one. And Dambi! He just slides right in! Another 3 kills! GLYPH will sit him down, but I don't think he can make this one happen. He can.